Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in. Inspiration coming thick and fast this morning. So with 90% of people with poor vision living in low-income settings, they have little access to proper eye care treatments. So to tackle this issue, a global campaign called Clearly aims to raise awareness about vision impairment and to encourage innovators to come up with greater solutions to vision correction. And some inspired South Africans certainly rose to that challenge.
Clear vision empowers us to pursue life and work with confidence. But for over 2.5 billion people with vision impairment, little or no access to eye care severely restrains their potential. Philanthropist James Chen hopes to change this with a campaign called Clearly.
What alerted you to this huge issue of people's eyesight not being tended to, and what urged you to make some kind of difference?
As a teenager, that's when I discovered I needed vision correction. But what I noticed, whether in my travels in Africa or in large parts of Asia, is that very few people actually wore glasses. And so there's a question as to, do they really not need glasses, or that they just don't have access to it? Of course, I now know that it's the latter, and that's why I've taken it upon myself over the last 12 years to understand how it is that we can provide access to vision correction to people in the developing world.
And to that effect, can you tell us about Clearly and what you hope to achieve with that organization?
With the Clearly campaign, it's a very simple idea. How can the whole world see? We just want an entrance to answer that question in their own way.
The campaign launched the Clearly Vision Prize, which called on entrepreneurs, techies, and other skilled creatives worldwide to generate solutions to accessible eye care.
With the Clearly Vision Prize, we had over 100 entries from around the world. 36 of those entries have made it to the semi-finals, of which 2 of them have come from South Africa. One is mobile school health, and the other is an app, a smartphone app called Vula. And both of these entries are fascinating and I think leading cutting-edge ideas in healthcare in trying to solve this problem of access to vision correction.
The South African medical app called Vula Mobile won the exciting $250,000 prize, as well as access to business mentors to help develop their product.
Vula is an Android and iOS application that is designed to make it easy for people in primary care facilities to refer patients to specialists. And the idea was conceived by Dr. William Mapham when he worked in rural Swaziland, and he found it very difficult to get hold of the right people when he had complicated cases that he didn't know how to deal with. So the app is really there to streamline that process. What I found really incredible is that in the case of ophthalmology in particular, people's eyesight can be saved when they get the appropriate care quickly. So it can make a quick decision about what to do with the patient, can make the difference between being blind for the rest of your life or not.
Practitioners in rural and under-resourced communities use the app to conduct swift eye tests and then seamlessly refer patients to specialists when needed.
The debilitating eye diseases we see coming in from the community are usually quite advanced, as it's a tertiary referral base. So we see usually the things that cannot be treated outside of the hospital. There are also a group of diseases that are highly treatable if detected early enough. And this is where proper screening and referral comes into place.
So if you don't have a condition that's an emergency, it can take months before you end up here. Here the ophthalmology department works to treat the patients medically and surgically.
Vula has basically helped us evolutionize the referral system from voice and paper to digital data. So before, we were always on the phone with referring doctors, not being able to see the condition, not being able to see the patient. And now we're able to see these things and we can respond via text. There's no miscommunication. Now they're actually typing to us and it's all done via data.
While the homegrown innovation is also used in a range of other healthcare fields, it promises to form part of a real solution to help the whole world see clearly.